with that, we shall now start learning the lesson number 8, Ashtamaha Pathaha, Bhagavan Vyasaha. A small lesson about Vyasa Maharshi. I request the students who have not got a chance to please raise your hands so that I will be able to call out your names. Chandreka Bhagini, can you please read out the sentences?
नमो नमः।
Namaste.
अष्टमः पाठः भगवान् व्यासः व्यासमुनिः श्रीमन्नारायणस्य अंशेन अवतरत्। अस्य कृष्णः कृष्णद्वैपायनः पाराशर्यः बादरायणः इति नामान्तराणि। अयं व्यासः वसिष्ठस्य नप्ता शक्तेः पौत्रः सत्यवती पराशरयोः पुत्रः शक्रस्य पिता च शक्रस्य पिता च
शक्रः न शुकस्य पिता च
शुकस्य पिता च।
Uttamam. Okay, I will add 2 more students for participating. Annapurna Bhagini and Priyadarshini Bhagini, please participate in the discussion. Now, so this is the first paragraph, the introductory paragraph about Vyasaha. So Vyasa Munihi, the sage Vyasa, Sriman Narayanasya nama Vishnoho Amshena Avatarat. So Prathama Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. This is Shashti Vibhaktihi Ekavachanam. Can you please tell the remaining Vibhaktis? Amshena.
अंशेन तृतीया विभक्ति
Amshena Tritiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Okay. Avatarat. Which Kriyapadam it could be?
लंग लकारः अवातरत् लंग लकारः।
Yes, Lang Lakaraha.
प्रथम पुरुषक एकवचनम।
प्रथम
पुरुषक एकवचनम।
Yes, Prathama Purushaha Ekavachanam Lang Lakaraha. Tarati. Okay. Tr Tarane Dhatuhu. Of that, Lang Lakaraha Atarat with Upasarga Avatarat. So that is how this form will be. Okay. Asya. Can you identify now which Shabda Linga Vibhakti Vachana?
षष्ठी विभक्ति।
षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनम।
इदं शब्दः।
अस्य नाम व्यासस्य व्यासमुनेः और व्यासस्य कृष्णः कृष्णद्वैपायनः पाराशर्यः बादरायणः इति नामान्तराणि Savarna Sandhi is there. So these are the other names of Vyasa. That is the meaning of this sentence. Next, Ayam Vyasaha, again Prathama Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. So Vyasaha is also the same thing. Okay. Vasishthasya Napta. Vasishthasya Prapautraha Napta Naptr Shabdaha. This is Rikarantaha Pullinga Shabdaha Naptr. Similar to Pitra Shabda. Pita, how we have Pita, in the same way we have this Napta. So Prathama Bhakti Ekavachanam. Vyasaha Kasya Napta.
वसिष्ठस्य
नप्ता कस्य पौत्रः
शक्तेः पौत्रः।
Yes, in the same way, all this, the first words are in Shashti Vibhaktihi. It is the sambandham that is being given, or the relation. Shaktihi ikarantaha pullinga shabdaha. Shaktehe pautraha, similar to kavehe, harehe, etc. Then Satyavati Parasharayoho. Since there are two, that is Satyavati and Parashara, it is in Dvivachanam. And it is in Shashti Vibhaktihi Dvivachanam. Satyavati Parasharayoho Putraha Shukasya Pitacha. So they are just giving the family tree of Vyasa, whose great grandson he is, whose grandson, whose son, and whose father. So all these things are there in the first introductory paragraph. Okay, Dhanyavadaha Chandreka Bhagini.
Dhanyavadas.
Okay, we will see the same thing next. So Bhagavan Vyasaha. So Vasishthasya Napta Kaha. Vasishthasya Napta Vyasaha. Punaha Vasishthasya Putraha Kaha. Annapurna Bhagini and Priyadarshini Bhagini, you can participate. Vasishthasya Putraha Kaha.
Vasishthasya Putraha
Shaktihi.
Shaktihi.
हाँ, शक्तेः पौत्रः व्यासः.
Yes.
Similarly, शक्तेः कः
We can't
शक्तेः
hear you.
शक्तेः पुत्रः व्यासस्य पिता otherwise
पराशरः
yes पराशरः शक्तेः पुत्रः पराशरः पराशरस्य पुत्रः व्यासः
Yes.
व्यासः
अधुना व्यासस्य पुत्रः कः
सुकः
शुकः शुकाचार्यः शुकः so shukasya so whenever we say the sambandham so it will be vasishthasya napta vyasah if you want to tell the reverse relation vyasasya prapitamahah so vyasasya pita parasharah vyasasya pitamahah shaktihi vyasasya prapitamahah vasishtha
वसिष्ठः
yatam va and vyasasya putrah shukah napta ityasya sthane prapautrah ityapi sthapayitum shakyate putrah pautrah and prapautrah another word for napta. Okay, this just a family tree that we can remember. We'll proceed further. Annapurna Bhagini, please read out the sentences. Please repeat after me. This is a shloka. This is based on whatever we have learned already. Vyasam vasishtha naptaram.
व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं
Shakteh pautramakalmasham.
शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम्
Parasharatmajam vande.
पराशरात्मजं वन्दे
Shukatatantaponidhim.
शुकतातन्तपोनिधिम्
Uttamam. Dhanyavadaha Annapurna Bhagini. So the meaning of this is I bow down to sage Vyasa Vande Aham Vande. This is Prathama that is Uttama Purushaha Ekavachanam Aham Vande. Kam Vande, whom do I bow down to? If you ask a question, Aham Vyasam Vande. Okay, I bow down to Vyasa. Now, when we ask one more question, Kidrisham Vyasam, what kind of Vyasa he is? If you ask one more question, the adjectives to Vyasa are Vasishtha Naptaram, Shaktehe Pautram, Parasharatmajam, Shukatatam, Akalmasham, Taponidhim, Vyasam, Aham Vande. So these are all the adjectives for Vyasa. Who is Vyasa? Who is the great grandson of Vasishtha, grandson of Shakti, son of Parashara, father of Shuka, and who is the treasure of penance, Taponidhim. Taponidhi. Taponidhi means tapaha means penance, and nidhi is treasure. So he is the treasure of penance. And akalmasham. Akalmasham means impure. Okay, and akalmasham means pure. That means to say devoid of all sins or any sins or any inconsistencies. So he is akalmasham. He is pure. So tadrisham, I bow down to that kind of Vyasa. Tadrisham Vyasam Aham Vande. So that is the meaning of this shloka. It's a very popular shloka which most of us do recite this on every day. So practice these shloka as well. We'll proceed further. So here everywhere you can see it is Dvitiya Bhakti. Vyasam Aham is understood. Aham is not there in the shloka, but it is understood because Vande is Uttama Purusha. So Aham is Prathama Bhakti, and then all these words are in Dvitiya Bhakti. Vyasam Vasishtha Naptaram, Shaktehe is Shashti Bhakti, and it is a Sambandha or it is related to Pautram. Shaktehe Pautram. Pautram is again Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Similarly, here is also Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Akalmasham is also Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Taponidhim, everything, everywhere else it is Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. So please make note of this and practice it. We'll proceed further. Priyadarshini Bhagini, can you please read out the sentences?
Ayam Vyasaga Ananta Vedashashim Vedarashim Rik Yajus Sama Atharva Rupena Chaturdha Vibhachya Vedavyasaga iti Prasiddho Bhavat Vivyasa Vedan Yasmat Sa Tasmat Vyasa Itirita.
Itiritaha. Very good. Okay, I'll add a few more students. Pragya Bhagini, please participate. And similarly, Aruna Bhagini, please participate in the discussion. Ayam Vyasaha Ananta Vedarashim Rik Yajus Sama Atharva Rupena Chaturdha Vibhajya Vedavyasaha iti Prasiddho Bhavat. Okay. Can you identify the Kriya Padam in the sentence?
Bhavat, Mahodaya.
Just Bhavat?
Abhavat. Abhavat.
Abhavat. What is the Sandhi here?
Purva Rupa Sandhi.
Purva Rupa Sandhi.
Very good. Pura Rupa Sandhi. Prasiddhaha Abhavat. Prasiddho plus Abhavat. Prasiddho. So it will be Prasiddho Abhavat. Pura Rupa Sandhi. Kim Abhavat? अथवा कः किं भवति तत्र? प्रसिद्धः अभवत्. कः प्रसिद्धः अभवत्?
वेदव्यासः.
वेदव्यासः. अयं व्यासः. किमर्थं प्रसिद्धः अभवत्?
अनन्तवेदराशिं
वेदराशिं
चतुर्धा विभज्य अतः ऋक् यजुस् साम अथर्वरूपेण चतुर्धा विभज्य.
Samichinam. Ayam Vyasaha, it's all in Prathama Bhaktihi here. Ayam and Vyasaha. And then Ananta Veda Rashim, Dvitiya Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. Ananta Veda Rashim is infinite heap of Veda, infinite Vedas. Okay, the complete or the entire Vedas. Vyasa divided into 4 parts. Chaturdha Vibhajya. Chaturdha. This dha, whenever in any of the words, if you see this dha, that means to say that is the prakara in how many kinds or in how many types. Sandhihi tridha vartate. Tridha means 3 types. Chaturdha, panchadha, shodha, etc. So that's how you will have this. This is actually a tadhitanta. It's a tadhita word. But don't worry about the details of grammar details of this. But whenever we see this kind of dha or something, that means to say it is probably something related to in how many kinds or in how many varieties it is manifesting. So Rik Yajus Sama Atharva Rupena Tritiya Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. In this way, in the form of this Chaturdha in 4 types. Vibhajya. Can you identify what kind of?
Vi upasarga. Lyap pratyaya.
Yes. Vi upasarga sahita. Lyap pratyayaha. Vibhajya. Yes. Vibhajya. It will be there. Next. Veda Vyasaha iti prasiddhaha abhavat. This Vyasa became famous as Veda Vyasa by dividing the entire Vedas into 4 types. That is Rik, Yajus, Sama and Atharva. So that is the meaning of this sentence. Okay. Next. Vivyasa Vedan Yasmat Saha Tasmat Vyasaha iti Iritaha. So any sandhi here?
Savarnadirgha sandhi.
Very good. Iti Iritaha. Iritaha means is said. Vivyasa Vedan. Vivyasa means dividing. He divided the Vedas. Yasmat Karanat. Because of this reason, he is called Veda Vyasa or he is called Vyasa. So that is the meaning of this sentence. It said since he divided the Vedas, he is called Vyasa. That is the meaning of this sentence. So you can remember this quote. Why is he called Vyasa? If anyone asks, Kimartham Vyasasya nama Vyasa iti yakopi prichati chet Vivyasa Vedan Yasmat sa tasmat Vyasa iti iritaha. Because he divided the Vedas, he is called Vyasa. And hence, since he also to justify that he divided the Vedas, the another name that is given for Vyasa is Veda Vyasa. Okay, that is the meaning of these sentences. Dhanyawadaha Priyarashini Bhagini. Okay, Aruna Bhagini, can you please read out the next sentences?
Mahodaya. Ayam Mahabharatasya karta. Bharate anekani upakyanani santi. Asmin granthe ashtadasha parvani vartante.
Very good. I will add one more student. Gayatri Bhagini, please participate in the discussion. Ayam, again, Ayam, who is being referred here?
This Ayam Veda Vyasaha.
Yes, Ayam Nama Veda Vyasaha. Again, so whenever there is a pronoun, we'll have to look back to the previous sentences to understand what it is being referred to. Any pronoun for that matter. Okay. So Ayam Mahabharatasya karta. Vibhakti and Vachana.
षष्ठी विभक्ति
षष्ठी एकवचनम्
एकवचनं
कर्ता
कर्ता
can you at least identify what kind of a shabda it is? It is a namapada or a kriyapada, or how
कर्ता
does it?
नामपदा कर्ता नामपदा
Yes. So I'll give the it is
स्त्रीलिंग
no, it is not Srilinga. I will tell that form. So it is Prathama Bhakti Ekavachanam. Ayam Karta, Vyasaha Karta, Kartru Shabdaha. This is Kartru
okay
Shabdaha. It is similar to our Pitru Shabdaha. Okay. Karta, not exactly Pitru Shabda, but Dhatru Shabda, which you have learned. So Dhata, Dhataro, Dhataraha. Same way Karta, Kartaro, Kartaraha. So Kartru Shabda, that means to say one who does, is called Karta. So Vyasaha is the creator of Mahabharata. Mahabharatasya Karta. Bharate nama Mahabharate. So just said Bharata, but that means to say it's Mahabharate. Saptami Bhakti Ekavachanam. Anekani Upakyanani Santi. Anekani
नपुंसकलिंगम
That's right. Vibhakti and Vachanam.
द्वितीया बहुवचनम्.
Is it Dvitiya Vibhakti? Pragya, Gayatri Bhagini?
प्रथमा
प्रथमा बहुवचनं
Yes, very good. Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
बहुवचनम्.
Okay, and Anekani is the adjective for Upakhyanani. Upakhyanam means a tale or a narrative or an episode, whatever you may call it. So Anekani, Anekam. So when this means to say not one, that means to say many. Aneka is basically formed based on na ekam, anekam. That's how it will be. So not just one. So that means to say many. Anekani upakhyanani santi. So prathama purusha bahuvachanam. Upakhyanani santi. So it is prathama bhakti. Asmin granthe, again which vibhakti?
इदं मकारान्त अस्मिन् सप्तमी एकवचनम्.
Saptami ekavachanam. Okay. Asmin granthe nama Mahabharate. Mahabharate granthe. Ashtadasha parvani vartante. So vartante, vartate, vartete, vartante is prathama purusha bahuvachanam.
बहुवचनं
Okay. Parvani. Can you identify this form?
पर्वाणि प्रथमा बहुवचनं नपुंसकलिङ्गम्.
Okay. Prathama vibhakti bahuvachana lingam. So this is this shabda we haven't learned. Okay. It is nakarantaha napumsakalingaha. Parvan shabdaha. Parva parvani parvani. That's how the forms are. Similar to karman. Karma karmani karmani. So the ekavachana form of this is parva. So adi parva. So in that way you will have the sabha parva, so on. So parva is a napumsakalinga shabda. So parvani santi or parvani vartante. Ashtadasha 18 chapters are there in Mahabharata. That is the meaning of these sentences. Hope it's all clear. Dhanyawadaha Aruna Bhagini.
धन्यवाद.
Okay, Pragya Bhagini, can you please read out the next sentences? I will teach this shloka, so please repeat after me. Dharme cha arthe cha kame cha
धर्मे चार्थे च कामे च
mokshe cha bharatarshava
मोक्षे च भरतर्षभ
yadi hasti tadanyatra
यदि हास्ति तदन्यत्र
yanne hasti na tatkvachit.
यन्ने हास्ति न तत्क्वचित्.
Uttamam. So can you please identify the vachanas, the vibhakti and vachanas here? Gayatri Bhagini, please join.
धर्मे is
धर्मे
सप्तमी विभक्ति
चार्थे कामे मोक्षे.
Yeah, all these words. Dharme charthe. Any sandhi here?
च plus अर्थे
Very good. So in the first line, you can see all. Dharme charthe kame cha mokshe cha. So these are the four purusharthas. Dharmartha kama mokshaha. These are the four purusharthas with respect to, in regards to, or related to these four aspects. Okay. Hey Bharatarshabha. So the Bharatarshabha is Sambodhana Prathama Bhakti. Okay. Here it is being referred to Arjuna. Okay. Bharatarshava. Can you identify any sandhi in this word?
Bharatah.
Either of you? Is there a sandhi first of all?
No, sir, there's no sandhi.
Okay, Maharshihi. We will take another example. Is there any sandhi here? Maharshihi.
Maha plus Rishihi.
Maha plus
So Bharata plus Arshabha. Rishabha. Rishabha.
Yes.
Bharatah
Bharata plus Rishabha. This is a Gunasandhi here. Okay, Bharatarshava. Okay. Yadi hasti, yat iha asti, yadi hasti, Savanadika sandhi, tat anyatra, yat na iha asti, yanne hasti, here it is a Gunasandhi, na iha, it will be neha, asti, neha asti, it will become the Savanadika sandhi here. Okay, there are two sandhis in this word. Na tat kvachit. What is the meaning of that? So whatever is there in Mahabharata, that can be found elsewhere as well. But if something is not present in Mahabharata, then it cannot be there anywhere. So that means to say Mahabharata or the Mahabharatam, the Grantha is complete. It is complete in itself. So everything, anything that you can see outside any place, any situation is all covered. It's all present in Mahabharata. So that is the Mahatmyam of Mahabharata. So remember this shloka. This will be very useful to quote this whenever you want to speak about Mahabharata or etc. So dharme cha arthe cha kame cha mokshe cha bharatarshabha yadi hasti tadanyatra. Whatever is there here, that can be found elsewhere as well. There's no issue. But yanne hasti natat kvachit. But what is not present here cannot be present anywhere at all. So that is the meaning of this shloka. Hope it is clear. We shall proceed further. Dhanyawadaha Pragya Bhagini and Gayatri Bhagini. Charu, can you please read out the next sentences?
Mahodaya, Ram.
Ram.
Ayam shlokaha Mahabharatasya mahatvam varnayati. Chaturnam vedanam saraha bharate vartate. Atah Mahabharatam panchamo vedaha iti prathitam. Mahabharatasya jaya ityapi namantaram vidyate.
Very good. Well read. So I'll call out one more or two more students to participate in the discussion. Deepan Mahodaya, can you please participate? Dhatri Sridhar, please participate in the discussion. Ayam shlokaha. Again, Prathama Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. Both places. Yes. Mahabharatasya.
Mahabharatasya mahatmam varna.
No, reading is over. Now we are seeing the vibhakti of each of the word. So Mahabharatasya. Can you identify the vibhakti and vachana? However, I'll tell this. It's Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Mahatvam. Mahatvam is again it's Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Okay. Mahatvam Varnayati. Varnayati, Varnayataha, Varnayanti. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam in Latlakara. Chaturnam Vedanam Saraha Bharate Vartate. Chaturnam Vedanam. Can you identify the Vibhakti and Vachana for this?
Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam.
Yes, that's right. Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Chaturnam is an adjective for Vedanam. Okay. Veda. Vedaha. So tasya Vedasya Vedayoho Vedanam is Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. And similarly, of the four Vedas. Okay, that is the meaning of Chaturnam Vedanam. Saraha Prathama Bhakti Ekavachanam. Bharate Vartate. Which Vibhakti?
Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Very good. Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Bharate Vartate. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam. So the essence of all the four Vedas is present in Mahabharata. That is the meaning of this sentence. Ataha, because of this reason, because of this, Mahabharatam panchamo vedaha iti prathitam. Mahabharatam prathama bhakti ekavachanam. Panchamo vedaha, panchamaha vedaha. We know that there are only four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharva. But still, since the essence of all the 4 Vedas is present in Mahabharata, this Mahabharata epic or this scripture is also called as Panchamaha Vedaha, the 5th Veda. Okay, iti prathitam. Prathitam is actually a Kridanta word. It is not an avyaya, but it is it becomes a namapada once the Kridanta is added. So this one is following this word Mahabharatam. Mahabharatam is Napumsakalinga Shabda. Since it is Napumsakalinga Shabda, here it is Prathitam is also Napumsakalinga Shabda. Suppose we have a Pullinga Shabda here, Shlokaha, for example. Okay, Shloka is a Pullinga Shabda. Suppose say Ataha Shlokaha Prathitaha, it will become Prathitaha. Akarantaha Pullingaha Rama Shabdavat Bhavati Prathitaha. Suppose say we have Bhagavad Gita, which is a Strilinga Shabda, then Ataha Bhagavad Gita Prathita. So it changes. This is a Kridanta Shabda which acts like an adjective, basically. It acts like an adjective. So it follows the noun in all the aspects, that is in the Linga, Vibhakti and Vachana. Mahabharatam Prathitam. Mahabharate Prathite Mahabharate etadasti. So in the famous Mahabharata, this exists. So Prathite Mahabharate etadasti. So in that way, this kind of words, the Kridanta words, will always follow the noun. Okay, just keep that in mind. We don't have an elaborate discussion or understanding about or any lesson related to the Kridanta, various other Kridantas at Vidya level, but just know that this is one of the Kridanta. Okay, next, Mahabharatasya, same Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam, Jaya iti, Jayaha iti. Okay, so this is basically because of a Visarga Lopa. The Visarga is not seen here, but Jayaha iti api ityapi. Any sandhi here?
Yen sandhi.
Very good. Ityapi namantaram, nama antaram vidyate. Okay, another name for Mahabharata is Jaya. So that is these are the meanings of these sentences. Dhanyavadaha Charu Bhagini. And we'll proceed further. Dhatri Bhagini, please read out the next sentences.
Mohodaya. Vyasa Maharshina Ashtadasha Puranani Upapurani cha likitani. Purapi Navam iti Purana Padasya Niruktihi. Puraneshu Bhagavata Purana Matyantam Atkrishtaha Bhavati.
Utkrishtam.
Utkrishtam Bhavati.
Atyantam Utkrishtam Bhavati. Astu. Arun Mohoria, please participate in discussion. So Vyasa Maharshina, can you identify the Linga Vibhakti Vachana?
Tritiya Vibhakti.
Very good.
Tritiya Vibhakti.
Maharshi Ikarantaha Pullingaha. Okay, Vyasa Maharshina. Vyasena Maharshina also you can split and say. Okay, Vyasaha iti Maharshihi, Vyasa Maharshihi. That is the samasa. So Vyasa Maharshi will be the final word. So Vyasa Maharshina by Vyasa Maharshi. Ashtadasha, that is again 18. Ashtadasha Puranani, Upapuranani cha Likhitani. So now, same way as we saw in the previous sentence, Prathitam was one word which I explained that it is a Kridanta. And it is basically the Pratyaya that is getting added is Krita Pratyaya. Okay, it is Krita Pratyaya, of which only the ending Takara only will be heard. Okay, this is used as a Bhutakala. This is used to depict the Bhutakala. So Likhitani were written by Vyasa Maharshi. So this sentence is actually in passive voice. Okay, Vyasa Maharshi wrote 18 Puranas. So that way also we can say Vyasa Maharshihi Ashtadasha Puranani Upapuranani cha Likhitavan. It will become in that case. Now, in the other way, when we see Vyasa Maharshina by Vyasa Maharshi, these 18 Puranas and Upapuranas were written. So Likhitani. So again here also the same thing goes. Puranam and Upapuranam, both of these are Napumsakalinga words. Okay, and hence here the Likhitani is also in Napumsakalinga. Suppose say it was Bhagavad Gita. Vyasa Maharshina Bhagavad Gita. What will be the ending word that we can use here? Likhita. Okay, Vyasa Maharshina Bhagavad Gita likhita, Vyasa Maharshina shlokah likhitah.
लिखितः
Okay, shlokah likhitah, Puranam likhitam. Just know that, okay, these kridanta, kdanta kridanta, which is a bhutakala kridanta, will vary with respect to the gender. Understand that, okay? So Puranani and Upapuranani are all in Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Upapuranani cha likhitani. This again in Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Okay. Next, Pura api navam. Pura api navam. That is the meaning of Puranam. Pura means old. Navam means new. Even though it is old, it is still new. So that is the meaning of Puranam. Purana padasya niruktihi. Niruktihi means derivation or etymology, you can say. Etymological derivation of the word Puranam is Pura api navam. Okay, Niruktam, there is one grantha called Niruktam, you might have heard. That is one of the Vedangas. So there are 6 angas for Veda. So of which Niruktam is one, that wherein the derivation or how the words come into existence, or how this word is created, that is being dealt in this Shastram, Nirukta Shastram. So in Nirukti or in Niruktam, the meaning of Purana is Pura api navam. So that is the meaning of this sentence. Pura api, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is there. Next, Puraneshu Bhagavata Puranam Atyantam Utkrishtam Bhavati. Any Sandhi in this word?
भागवत पुराणम अत्यंतम
पुराणमति अत्यंतम.
Okay, no, there's no end Sandhi here. So Bhagavata Puranam. Okay, yes, Atyantam. In the word, it's there. Ati Antam, you can take it. Okay, Atyantam is there, but we cannot split that Atyantam because it is one word. So Bhagavata Puranam, there's no Sandhi between Puranam and Atyantam. Okay, it is just a Gunita Aksharam. Utkrishtam Bhavati. Utkrishtam means it is the best among the Puranas. Among the Puranas, Saptami Bhakti. Here we are using Saptami Bhakti Bahuvachanam to say that among the Puranas, the Bhagavata Purana is the best. So that is why this Saptami Bhakti is used here. So instead of Puraneshu, we can also use Purananam also. Shashti Bhakti Bahuvachanam also can be used. Purananam Bhagavata Puranam Atyantam Utkrishtam Bhavati. So Shashti or Saptami, both of these can be used to depict that, okay, among or in a particular set, in a particular group, one is better or one is good or something like that. So that's the meaning of these sentences. Hope it is clear. We will proceed further. Dhanyavadaha Dhate Bhagini. Arun Mohdaya, please read out the sentences.
Brahma Sutrani Mahabharatam Puranani cha rachayitva api Vedavyasaha Manashantim na labhata. Ataha Naradopadeshena Bhagavatam nama Mahapuranam Vilikhya Shanti Malabhata.
Very good. Let me call out a few more students. Okay. Priyadarshini Bhagini, Harin Mehta Mohdaya, please participate in the discussion. Brahma Sutrani Mahabharatam Puranani cha Rachayitva. Rachayitva. What kind of a word is this?
Tvantavayam.
Very good. Kridantavayam, Tvantavayam, Rachayitva. Having created, having composed. All these 3. That is Brahma Sutrani, Mahabharatam, Puranani. Api, even after composing, having composed even all of these, even then, Vedavyasaha Manashantim Nalabhata. Nalabhata. Can you identify the Kriya Padam here?
No,
Alabhata.
No, Alabhata. Alabhata is Labhadatoho Bhutakalaha Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. Vyasaha, Vedavyasaha Manashantim na Alabhata. Vedavyasaha na Alabhata. Kim na Alabhata? Manashantim na Alabhata.
Manashantim alabhata.
Kada na Alabhata?
Brahma Sutrani
Mahabharatam Puranani cha
Rachayitva.
Rachayitva api. Yes, very good. So even after composing all this, he did not get the peace of mind. Ataha, because of this, Naradopadeshena. Sandhi in this?
Vriddhi Sandhi.
Narada Upadeshena. Guna Sandhi.
it is Gunasandhi. Narada Upadeshena, Tritiya Bhakti Ekavachanam here. Okay. Bhagavatam Nama Mahapuranam Vilikhya Shantim Alabhata. Bhagavatam Nama Mahapuranam. Mahapuranam named Bhagavata. That is the meaning of this sentence. So this is all in Dvitiya Bhakti. Okay. Bhagavatam Mahapuranam Vilikhya again. This is also similar to Vibhajya. It is a
Lebantadaya.
Yes, Lebantavye. Vilikhya, having written. Shantim Alabhata. So again here also Shantim Alabhata. So that this is the meaning of this sentences. Hope this is clear. We'll proceed further. Dhanyawadaha Arun Mohodaya. Okay. Harin Mehta Mohodaya, you can please read out the next sentences.
महोदय आषाढ़ मासस्य पूर्णिमा दिनं गुरु पूर्णिमा अथवा व्यास पूर्णिमा इति जनाः समाचरन्ति तद्दिने व्यासस्य पूजां कुर्वन्ति सः श्रेष्ठः आचार्यः वर्तते.
Okay. Priyadashini Bhagini, please participate in discussion. Ashadha masasya Purnima dinam. Masasya Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam. I go quickly.
Ekavachanam.
Purnima dinam.
Prathama Vibhakti
Ekavachanam.
Very good. Prathama Bhakti Ekavachanam.
Guru Purnima Athava Vyasa Purnima. Both are Prathama Vibhakti.
That is right.
Ekavachanam. Akaranta Strilinga Shabda.
Yes, that is right. Both are Purnima is Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. Guru Purnima or Athava is an avyaya. Vyasa Purnima iti janaha samacharanti. Here it is Purnima dinam is Dvitiya Bhakti Ekavachanam. Kshamyatam. So this is Dvitiya Bhakti. So the people celebrate the full moon day of Ashadha Masa as Guru Purnima or Vyasa Purnima. Janaha Prathama Bhakti Bahuvachanam Samacharanti. Sam upasarga sahita, upasarga sahita, char dhatu. Okay, there are two upasargas, sam and there are two upasargas, and then char dhatu. Charati, charanti, acharanti, samacharanti. Okay, so that is the dhatu. So they celebrate. That is the meaning of this. Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam. Taddine.
Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Very good. Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Vyasasya Pujam Kurvanti. Vyasasya Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachanam.
Shashti Ekavachanam. Pujam Dvitiya Ekavachanam.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam.
Prathama Purusha Bahuvachanam. Kurvanti.
So who will do? It is not given here. It is understood that Janaha.
Janaha Kurvanti.
Janaha Samacharanti. Taddine Janaha Vyasasya Pujam Kurvanti. That is the intention here. So though the Janaha word is not there, we'll have to understand it that way. Saha Shrestha Acharyah Vartate. Kaha Shrestha Acharyah Vartate?
Vyasaha.
Vyasaha. So this is again referring to Vyasa. Shrestha, the great. Okay. Shrestha, great or best. Any of these words you can use. Acharyah, a preceptor or a guru. Vartate. He is the greatest of the gurus. That is the meaning of this sentence.
Shrestha iti Visheshanam.
Visheshanam, Savichanam. Saha Shrestha, Vyasaha Shrestha Acharyah Vartate. Vyasa is the best or the great guru. Okay, that is the meaning of these. Dhanyawadaha Priyadashini Bhagini and Harin Mehta Mohodaya for participating. So hope all these sentences are clear. We'll proceed to the last of the shloka that is there. Okay, let me call out Sriram Venkatesh, please repeat after me. Achaturvadano Brahma.
Achaturvadano Brahma. Achaturvadano Brahma.
Dvibahuraparo Harihi.
Dvibahuraparo Harihi. Dvibahuraparo Harihi.
Aphalalochana Shambhuhu.
Aphalalochana Shambhuhu. Aphalalochana Shambhuhu.
Bhagavan Badarayanaha.
Bhagavan Badarayanaha. Bhagavan Badarayanaha.
Rayanaha Nakaraha. Okay, that is the only thing.
Rayanaha.
Yes, very good. So Achat. Dhanyawadaha Shriram. Achaturvadano Brahma Dvibahuraparo Harihi Aphala Lochana Shambhu Bhagavan Badarayanaha. Bhagavan Badarayanaha is in Prathama Bhaktihi Ekavachanam. Bhagavan is also similar to Bhavan, etc. So it is Takarantaha Pullinga Shabdaha, Bhagavat Shabdaha. Okay, Bhagavan Badarayanaha Kidrishaha Asti. How is Bhagavan Badarayanaha? If you ask a question, he is Achaturvadanaha. Saha Brahma eva asti. So the shloka, this shloka is trying to tell that Bhagavan Vyasa himself is Trimurti Avatara or Trimurti Abheda. Okay, and he is himself the Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. But what is the distinction? What is the difference from the real God Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara to Vedavyasa? If you ask a question, then it is he is a Brahma without the four heads. Achaturvadanaha. Chaturvadanaha means having four heads. Achaturvadanaha means one who is not without having four heads or four faces. Chaturvadano Brahma. Then we know that Vishnu has four hands, but this Vishnu or Bhagavan Vedavyasa is Dvibahuhu, not four, but Dvibahuhu. He has only two hands. Dvibahuhu Aparaha Harihi. He is another Vishnu, but having only two hands. And similarly, for Shiva, we know that there is an eye on the forehead. Phala means the forehead. Phala Lochanaha or Lalatakshaha, any of these words mean that a person having an eye on the forehead. So Aphala Lochanaha, a person who is not having an eye on the forehead, Tadrishaha Shambhu, Tadrishaha Ishwaraha Shivaha, Bhagavan Badarayanaha. Badarayanaha nama Vyasaha. So all the words in this shloka are in Prathama Bhaktihi Ekavachanam only. Brahman Shabda Nakarantaha Pullingaha. So it is Brahma. Similarly, Dvibahur Aparaha is also Pullinga. Prathama Bhakti Ekavachanam. Harihi, same way. Aphala Lochanaha, same way. And then also Shambhu. So this means to say the great Vyasa is represented as God, which is Trimurti Abheda as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, such that he is the Brahma without the four faces. He is Vishnu, but having only two hands. He is Shiva without the third eye. So, Tadrishaha Bhagavan Badarayanaha. So, in the first sentence of the lesson, we saw that Sriman Narayanasya Amshena Jataha. So, he is an Amsha, or actually people consider as an avatara of Sri Krishna or of Narayana. So, that is the meaning of this. And also, for the entire Guru Parampara, if you see the lineage, Guru Parampara lineage, it is Vyasa who is there in the foremost sthana. After the Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, he is the first Guru. After that, the Parampara, in that Parampara, Vyasa is there, is the foremost of that. So, this is the meaning of this shloka. Please practice this shloka as well. Achaturvadan Brahma Dvibahuraparo Harihi Aphala Lochana Shambhu Bhagavan Badaraginaha. So this was a short lesson about Vyasa, the sage or the Maharshi Vyasa. So we have learned something about Vyasa along with various usages in Sanskritam, maybe with Tvanta Vyam or Lebanta Vyam, and the Bhutakala Prayoga, that is Langlakara Prayoga, as well as the Bhutakala Kridanta Prayoga, that is Kta Pratyaya of the Kridanta, like Gataha, Likhitaha, Prathitaha, etc. Of these, we have learned these in today's class. Hope all of these were clear.